All right, so check this out. We have the explanation as to why Marathon will not be free to play. All right, the homie Joe Ziegler came out and said that we're hoping what we're showing is exciting enough that someone is going to take the leap with us, but we are also committed to delivering on seasons past that this will continuously offer to evolve the game without an increase to the box price. What we're hoping everyone understands about the game is that we are focused on committing to making this a game that's really awesome, and we feel like that starting point is really strong at this current time. Everyone's got their own definition of what is the right price, and as we deliver that information, we're hoping we hit the right price that makes you feel like it's worth your value. All right, now let's talk shop here a little bit, okay? Me personally, I'm actually okay that Marathon is not free to play. As a matter of fact, I am actually kind of happy it's not free to play. All right. Now, that is kind of a bit counterintuitive in today's day and age where everything that releases is free to play, but I have some reasoning behind this. All right. One of the big things is, and it's kind of like the writing on the wall, right? But it's a higher barrier of entry for cheaters, right? If you are somebody that enjoys cheating and you spend $40 on Marathon and you get caught with the anti-cheat just like that, right? You got to spend another $40 to get Marathon yet again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you find some black, what's it called? Black web, dark web? Yeah, dark web. Maybe you find some dark web website where you can buy 10 copies of Marathon for like, I don't know, $300 or something like that, right? But you still spend $300. Let's say you get banned all 10 times, and guess what? You are now assed out, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Well, you ain't my friend if you're cheating, but I digress there, you know? So having that higher barrier of entry literally stops a lot of cheaters at the door. There still will be cheaters, right? There's still cheaters in experiences like Escape from Tarkov and other premium experiences, right? Totally understand that. But the opportunity for cheaters to run rampant, like we seen what happened with Call of Duty Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone got so bad that people in the community, every time they get killed, they're like, cheater, 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 because Ricochet anti-cheat has been so terrible for so long. Now, I think to date, currently, they have the cheater problem for the most part ironed out. Like, it'll never be perfect, but it seems better, at least from what I'm hearing and from my own experience with Warzone, but I digress there. Maybe Warzone would have not had that issue if they had like a little premium price. I mean, they charge you for everything else anyway, right? But I'm getting off track here, okay? I'm getting off track here. For the most part, again, you giving me a little premium price because, again, I assume this is not going to be a full retail $69.99 game or $70 game or $80 game. It just can't be, right? There's rumored that it's going to run like $40 US or so, which I think is totally fine, if not cheaper. If it's cheaper, hey, cool, right? But still, I think that just having that price tag is going to help a great deal there. And if you all still say this still should have been free to play, I'd rather deal with more cheaters and it's free to play than less cheaters and it's premium, let me remind you that this is an extraction shooter, yo. You go in with the best of the best. I'm saying you got your favorite weapons, you got your favorite, what are they called, implants or augmentations, and you just feeling good, only to spawn in and get headshot sniped from a cheater at the opposite end of the map and you lose everything. And let's say that there is no cheater compensation in the game at the time, so even when the cheater gets banned, you don't get your stuff back. Like, yo, you're going to be sick. Absolutely sick to your stomach, and you're going to want to never boot up Marathon again, free to play or not. You see what I'm saying? So having that barrier to entry is so much more, at least on the front end, the right idea, okay? Now, let's also call a spade, right? When this game releases, it's going to be probably releasing in more of like a polished beta state. Again, we got to call a spade there, right? So Bungie wants to have a little bread up front to be able to further invest in Marathon and probably some other endeavors as well. So again, from a business standpoint, I get it. Gang recognizes game there, right? So having a little bit of buy-in puts a little bit of money in Bungie's pocket, more so up front, so that, again, as you move forward, Bungie has a little bit more resources on the front end and not necessarily on the back end to be able to, again, pour more into Marathon, hopefully, right? And in speaking of hope, I truly hope that this means lesser microtransactions come into play, you know, with us paying a premium price. or I should say in comparison to a free-to-play game, where the only money a free-to-play game is going to make is when you buy skins, battle passes, weapons, or whatever the case may be, depending upon that free-to-play game in particular, right? I would hope that Marathon's monetization sticks with maybe a season pass or a battle pass where you can get some cool looking skins and stuff like that, right? And then maybe some other cosmetics in the store, you know? I would hope we are nickel and dime for everything. Like, oh my gosh, you want to drop into more than 10 runs a day? You need to go ahead and open your wallet, right? Nothing crazy like that. I would truly hope that microtransactions are little to, I don't want to say non-existent, because they're here and they're going to be here to stay, right? But I would just hope that they stick to a couple cosmetics here and there, so if I want to add a little aura to my runner, I can do so, and we're good to go from there. But I don't need to get nickel and dimed every season to be able to progress the storyline, or to be able to get access to a certain puzzle, a certain secret, or something along the lines of that, you know? Now, even though I say all of that, I gotta be real, right? I gotta call a spade a spade. Bungie has done us greasy before in the past, right? Especially if you are an OG Destiny vet like myself, somebody that bought Destiny 2 at full retail, and then somewhere down the line we get these seasonal passes thrown at us, and then the Eververse store thrown at us. So if I want a super dope skin for this exotic weapon or this exotic helmet, I gotta cash out bread, right? That's happened to us before. Destiny 2 right now, of course, it's a free-to-play title now, and it is monetized to oblivion, right? You buy the seasonal passes, you gotta buy the dungeon keys, you gotta buy the DLC. You want that cool looking armor, you better go to the Eververse store to buy it, right? So I do know that Bungie has gotten a little crazy from the microtransaction standpoint, from a microtransaction standpoint. And I don't know how much of that is the Bungie executives that sit at the round table or the developers. I would assume the developers aren't pushing it like that, right? Because again, like, we're all humans at the end of the day, and the developers seem really passionate about what they do. So I would like to take that at face value and say the devs ain't the ones shoving them down our throats. Pause. That was kind of crazy. Big pause right there. But I think that it's the people at the round table. So I would really hope that by Marathon presenting with this $40 price tag, the developers can go to bat and say, hey, look, we don't need as many microtransactions in here because they're paying up front. And the people at the round table can say, all right, cool. All right, y'all just sell skins or whatever. Y'all ain't got to sell every little detail. You know, again, fingers and toes crossed that is the case here, you know, but that is yet to be determined. We're going to have to just wait and see together. And if I'm wrong here, hey, I'm going to take it on the chin. I'm wrong, you know, but I truly hope and pray that isn't the case. But with this all being said, I need to hear what you all think about this. What are your thoughts here? Do you all think we are going to get monetized out the wazoo, or do you all feel some of that optimism with your boy? Please, let's keep it civil. Let me know down in the comments below. And please, if you have the doom and gloom negativity mindset, just please don't comment. I still love you, but just please don't. I'm trying to be more optimistic here and keep all this going on right here as positive as possible. You know, again, if you are down and out and doomy and gloomy, I'm gonna pray for you. I love you, but hey, just say your comment, homie. But still, with that all being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for coming and watching. Be sure on the way out, you subscribe for much more Marathon content to come in the future, and you hit the like button so that your boy can get all that algorithm love. Again, I love you all. Can't stress it enough, and I'll catch you all in the next video.